Hey everyone, just showing you what these shells look like before I give them a clean and a polish. And here are some that I prepared earlier, and shortly you'll see the final product. In this jar here, I've actually got this giant shell just soaking in some bicarb and water. And there's a bit of an art project behind this, so I'm going to continue this whilst I recover from a cold that I've got at the moment. Let's see what it turns out like. The process I'm using is an old jam jar, and I've got cotton wool. The reason I'm putting cotton wool in first is because shells are rather fragile, and I don't want the shells to break against the glass. So you'll notice this one here, this has also got some cotton wool on the bottom while it soaks with the bicarb soda. So with these ones here, I'm aiming to sort of just bring up the colours. I'm going to fill up this jar with water in a minute and then drop our shells in and put the bicarb soda in. Of course, I am going to rinse the shells first, just under some tap water, just to get rid of the main dirt and sand and other things that might be sort of stuck on them. But the full soak will take about 20-25 minutes, just to make sure that we get all of the unnecessary bits and pieces off of the shells. Let's see how this goes. You may be wondering, how do we clean out the little tiny bits of junk that's stuck in there, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this paintbrush. This paintbrush is a 5. It's just from a cheap basic little paintbrush kid set. And I'm going to use that to get under in here very carefully and get rid of all of the remaining soil and dirt and other bits and pieces. I've got these soaking now in the bicarb soda, and you'll notice that the colours are really coming out now on that larger shell that earlier looked a bit dull, a little bit average. Of course, if you like your natural colours, then you don't need to worry about this, but I just like them clean and tidy. Over here we have our much larger shell. I don't know the species of this one, but I'm just going to turn it around. You can see now we're getting some colours coming out. Isn't that looking beautiful? There's real blue colours in this one. And yeah, I'm excited. This is going to turn out really, really good, I think. Now, I have cleaned the shells in the solution of bicarb soda and water. And now what I want to do is I want to sort of just bring up a little bit more colour on them, okay? So I know that these are quite colourful, especially these cone shells, as you can see by these ones that I did earlier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little bit of vinegar here with this paintbrush, and I am going to just very gently go over them. Now, what will happen is, because shells are sodium bicarbonate, the vinegar reacts a little bit with them. We don't want to submerge the shells in the vinegar, but we just want to paint over just to get rid of some of that white scale on the outside of this shell, and this one too. So let's give this a try and see what we get. I'm really hoping that I can get the colours that the top shells popped out with these other shells here. So this is how the shells have come up post a bit of a clean in vinegar, and I had to time the clean because I didn't really want them to go dissolving. They are calcium carbonate after all. And yeah, I've put a little bit of oil on them, just a bit of baby oil, and look at the colours coming through. Unfortunately, this largest one here Didn't really have a lot of colour to begin with, but let's turn it around. There is a little bit of red, bit of orange through it. The cone shells have turned out wonderfully. Now, the one that was the hardest to do is this one here. This was that one that was very dull. You can still see there's a little bit of dullness on it, but yeah, we'll just go with it. We'll go with it. And I'm going to let them soak up the oil for a bit, and shortly I will place them in the frame once they've dried out. Here is the final result of my first attempt of trying to mount shells in a frame. Here we go. That's what it's turned out like. Now, technically I made a few mistakes with the framing, but I like it. I think it looks really, really nice. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Drew's Adventures. If you've liked the video, then please give it that thumbs up and consider subscribing, because that just shows that you're interested, and perhaps you can give me some more ideas on what I could do. And always love to have you on board with my channel. Take care, everyone, and hope to see you on the next episode of Drew's Adventures. Bye for now.